Hello, I'm Casey Clark, NAPEO's President and CEO. Welcome to the latest edition of NAPEO News Studio, where we'll give you a rundown of all the work we've been doing on your behalf over the last few months. At our annual conference and marketplace in September, we released an update of what we like to call our greatest hits report, economic data comparing businesses that use a PEO to businesses that don't. Since we last conducted this study a decade ago, the rationale for using a PEO has only become more compelling. PEO clients grow more than twice as fast, have employee turnover that's 12% lower, and are 50% less likely to go out of business than companies that don't use a PEO. In other words, businesses that partner with a PEO are stable, robust, and better positioned for long-term success. This comes as no surprise to those of us in the industry, but it is compelling data that resonates with small and mid-sized business owners who tell us that some of their main concerns about their businesses relate to growth, employee retention, and resiliency. This data will also help NAPEO in our advocacy efforts. We know from our research with the Harris Poll that lawmakers respond well to messaging about how PEOs help small businesses grow and thrive, and they will want to support an industry like ours that does just that. You can find the new report on our website at napeo.org/whitepaper. Make sure you download it and take it right to your sales and marketing teams. We also just released some fascinating new market research on what keeps small and mid-sized business owners up at night. Our survey of 800 small business owners found that for every concern they have, from growth and scaling, compliance, benefits, remote work, PEOs are the answer. These results are a goldmine of information that you can use to develop effective sales and marketing strategies for 2025. You can download the data and check out the presentation at napeo.org/market research. We've been very active in states across the country this fall, but particularly, it seems, in states that start with the letter N. In Maine, we submitted a round of comments to the Department of Labor regarding their new paid family and medical leave program. Our first round of comments ensured that program looked at client level for reporting purposes, but we continue to push for additional clarification. In Massachusetts, we're hopeful that a bill including our language to codify PEO's ability to offer large group health plans passes as part of a large economic development bill that's expected to be considered in a special session prior to Election Day. In a big win for the PEO industry, the Montana Department of Labor and Industry has reversed course and is no longer considering changes to how PEOs report state unemployment tax on behalf of their clients. PEOs doing business in Montana will continue to report SUTA at the PEO level. This course reversal followed a strong industry lobbying effort to prevent a change that would have been disruptive to PEOs and their clients in Montana. We're also actively preparing for next year. We've already started laying the groundwork to get Model Act legislation introduced and passed in California and Georgia in 2025. We've also been busy in Washington in the lead up to the election. Before Congress recessed to spend October at home with all of you, we pushed for and received more support for our priorities in next year's tax bill. We had a productive meeting with PEO industry champion Congresswoman Beth Van Dyne on NAPEO's 2025 tax priorities, during which she offered support for IRS processing reform, fixing 199A tax deductions, and most importantly, tax credit liability. That's a perfect segue for me to talk about the NAPEO PAC because it illustrates the power and effectiveness of the PAC as a tool to build relationships and strengthen PEO comprehension and support in Washington. With the election literally around the corner, this has never been more important. And it's been a great year for the PAC. 104 NAPEO members have donated to the PAC this year. 42 of those donations are from first-time donors. Overall, the PAC raised nearly $250,000, far and away our most successful fundraising cycle ever. The PAC will contribute at least $255,000 to candidates on both sides of the political aisle this election cycle, and we have no plans to take our foot off the gas. An investment in the NAPEO PAC isn't about politics. It's an investment in our industry. Thank you to all of you who've already made that investment this year. And I encourage anyone who'd like to know more about how you can support NAPEO PAC to reach out to Tom Stoller. That does it for this edition of NAPEO News Studio. If you haven't already, please make sure you get out and vote on November 5th, and we'll see you in December for our end-of-year wrap-up.